Alright guys, the time has come to reveal the final batch of superstars, divas and legends included in WWE 2K16, as well as 23 more names that make up the final roster. So the final confirmations are Baron Corbin, Big E, Bray Wyatt, Brian Pillman, Colin Cassidy, Enzo Amore, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Kofi Kingston, Connor, Mark Henry, Mikey Whipwreck, Ricky Steamboat, Rusev, Savio Vega, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, the 1999 version of Sting, the blonde version of Sting, Stunning Steve Austin, the American Badass Undertaker, the Ministry Undertaker, Victor, and finally Xavier Woods. So there you go, that completes this year's roster, at least on disc, and it comes with some surprise inclusions with the likes of Stunning Steve Austin, Brian Pillman, and even Mikey Whipwreck, which appear to confirm that we'll see Austin's early career included in the 2K showcase, instead of it starting at King of the Ring like we initially thought. It's also cool to see the likes of the American Badass Undertaker return, along with the Ministry version, and then we've got a bunch of current stars, NXT stars, and a few legends like Ricky Steamboat, who I'm sure will also make an appearance in the showcase. As for people not included, it is kind of a surprise to see that Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks haven't been announced for the game, especially when Sasha already confirmed herself on Twitter, so I'm guessing that they'll be included later down the line as DLC. Now that we've got the reveal out of the way, let's move on to the latest batch of screenshots, as first up we'll have none other than the new face of Fear, Bray Wyatt, with this shot as he makes his way down to ringside. Then following Bray, we'll head on down to NXT, where we'll have the inclusion of none other than the certified J and bona fide stud, Enzo Amore. So this is our first look at Enzo, sporting quite an epic looking beard as he makes his way to ringside, and of course he's not alone because he's joined by Big Cass, who's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. So Enzo and Big Cass are officially included in the game, and we've got this shot of them together as they make their tag team entrance, showing that these models look anything but soft as they look incredibly realistic. Following on from Enzo and Cass, we'll have another tag team in the form of the New Day, who I absolutely love. They're so entertaining to watch. I just love anything that these guys do, so it's so cool to see them in the game, even if it is the original attire, as that can easily be updated with a quick colour change. As for Woods, he does look a bit weird, but I'm guessing that's more down to the facial expression and the fact that he no longer has the beard that we see here. Next up is the cover star himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or in this case, Stunning Steve Austin, as not only do we have the rattlesnake in the game, but we've also got this early version of him from his WCW days, which I'm guessing we'll be starting out the Austin showcase with, as this tells the story of his time in WCW before moving on to ECW, where he'll take on the legendary Mikey Whipwreck, who we'll see here for the very first time making his debut in the game, so this should confirm that we'll see both ECW and WCW arenas included. Following Mikey, we'll have another shot of Austin with shorter hair, so this version is more like his later WCW attire when he was the United States champion, and then when he also teamed up with Brian Pillman to form the Hollywood Blondes, which is something else that I guess we'll see in the showcase following Pillman's inclusion. Finally, the last screenshot show off this year's pre-order bonus, as we'll have two versions of the Terminator, with the original version and then a second version from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The one thing I would say is that it is cool to have Arnold in there, but it does seem like a waste to have two models of him in and not include one as the original Terminator machine. Anyway guys, that completes the roster for WWE 2K16, at least on disc, as we'll have plenty more announced soon when it comes to DLC, but let me know your thoughts on these additions in the comments and what you think of the roster overall. But until next time, I'll catch you later.